Telling your team to build trust with their prospect, their customer, or their partner without giving them a framework isn't enough. It seems like the concept of trust is getting a lot of conflicting airtime recently, so I thought I'd try and provide some clarity over a few video posts. If recent LinkedIn posts are to be believed, trust is the new currency. It's the cornerstone of every successful relationship, the backbone of any successful team, the basis of every transaction, the foundation of everything that we do. All of which I actually think are true. The challenge isn't whether trust matters, it clearly does. It's in defining what exactly trust is, how to identify its presence, and then how to measure its strength. Look, I've heard way too many sales leaders say things like, well, you need to build more trust with so and so, or him, or her, or them. But then they provide virtually no guidance on how to do that, and absolutely no advice on how to measure whether that level of trust is actually changing. I mean, unfortunately, I think too many of us as sales leaders and partnering leaders think of trust like fine art. We know it when we see it, but we can't really describe it. And that's just not much help to a struggling sales rep or a flailing partner manager. We need to give them something tangible, something practical to help them evaluate levels of trust and then test whether their actions are actually impacting those levels one way or another. We also need to provide them clarity on how trust works, that at its core, trust is between two individuals, not organizations, that it flows both ways, and that it's rarely the same level for both people. In my next post, I'll tell you what I've used personally to identify and measure trust over the last 38 years of selling and partnering. In the meantime, how is the topic of trust being bantered around in your world? Drop a comment about what helpful or not so helpful things you've been hearing from your peers and your bosses about trust.